Welcome back, y'all. So this was a very long overdue review, y'all, but I'm here to go through it with y'all today. So first and foremost, take a look at the box, y'all. Now this is very nostalgic, y'all, because as you see, we got Michael Jordan's face on the box, of course. Now, if y'all remember back in the early 2000s, we had the face box, but it was more visible. It had the silver top with the all over black. They just decided to black out the entire box. So you might be able to see it from a distance and whatnot, but on this side, you got the Jumpman with the flight. You also got it on this side as well, and all over black on the box. But label does read Air Jordan 3 Retro OG Grade School. Colorway is black, chili red, neutral gray, and of course, this is a size 6. Now, opening up the box, yeah, we do got the Jumpman right there in red, and we do got the flight right there in black, of course. And that's similar to the Air Jordan 4 that dropped this year. And y'all gonna know what I'm talking about once I unbox this shoe. But we got the elephant print paper right here, yeah. Now, my pair didn't necessarily come packaged like this, y'all. My actual package was, listen, y'all, it was all over the place. It was definitely all over the place, but your boy had to get right and fix it all up, man, for the most part. But I'm gonna be back in a minute, y'all, after I finish, taking off this paper. Actually, let me just take off this paper real quick, yeah. Whew, that's wild paper, y'all. But I'm back. So here we have them, y'all. The Air Jordan 3 Rare Airs. Yeah. Yeah, this right here, this personally for me, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all can say the same, this was definitely the best out of the series, like hands down. I know they came out with the ones this year. I know they came out with the fours. Now, I do know that the 11s are dropping sometime next month, but the threes, in my opinion, definitely had to be the best ones. And of course, as y'all can see, it's definitely, some different things going on with the shoe, which we definitely gonna get into. I'm gonna give y'all a closer look for the most part, but let me run down a little bit of history for y'all. So basically, this particular shoe is paying homage to the Rare Air series, which was dedicated to early prototype samples that actually feature minor flaws like the backwards swooshes, the misplaced logos, the different types of materials used on one shoe from the other, the different types of insoles and outsoles, things like that. Now, what Jordan Brand did was Jordan Brand decided to take those minor mishaps and turn them into unique designs, hence, which is what we've seen, like I mentioned, on the Jordan 1s this year, the Jordan 4s, the Jordan 11s, and also some earlier models that we have seen in the past, like the Jordan 1s from 2017. We've seen it on the Tour Yellows, of course, So it definitely goes a long way when it comes to the Rare Air series. But in my opinion, I definitely think that this series was definitely a dope, aspect to the sneaker culture. And I'm hoping to see what other models they will decide to do with the Rare Air series, yeah. But nonetheless, now that you guys do know that, let's go ahead and take a closer look at these bad boys. All right, y'all. So as y'all can see, we got the face box. Y'all see Michael Jordan's face right there. Wanted to give y'all a better look at it. This is the entire box right here. Then you have the shoes right here, y'all. So let's start off with looking at the toe cap area, y'all. So on the toe cap area, you do get this dark gray suede right here, as y'all can see for the most part. And then if you take a look at the heel, you get more of like this lighter gray suede. So you have two different color tones of gray on the toe cap and the heel. Now, on this particular portion, you get your normal all black leather. As you guys can see, you do have that low cut elephant print right there for the most part. I'm gonna show y'all that. Standard Air Jordan 3, of course. Now on the lower eyelets, you do have this gray right here, which is more like a medium kind of gray, of course. Then on the top eyelets, you do have more of a light gray. Now going into the bottom half of the tongue, you got your perforated holes. You do got more of this lighter gray suede, which goes to the top of the tongue. As you guys can see, you do have all black laces. You do have the light gray on the outer stay of the lacing area. You do have these black eyelets on the middle area, and then on the top of the tongue, once again, that all light gray suede, red stitch Jumpman, of course, you know. And also you do have your perforated holes right there on the eye stays of the lacing area. Now, going into the ankle liner, you do get more of like this blue suede right here, y'all. That's definitely what it feels like. And you do have your perforated holes right here. Now they got this cardboard right here, which is definitely separating the heel tab from the ankle liner. I'm not sure if it's because of the suede and whatnot, yeah, for the most part. But speaking of the heel, so you guys might see on the right shoe, you actually have a mirrored Nike Air in red with an all over sale or aged heel tab. Now, if you take a look at the left shoe actually has the Nike Air that's actually in the correct way. Now, that's definitely a key feature as to why they call these rare air, which is definitely what I explained in the beginning of the video, of course, you know. So that's definitely a dope touch right there, y'all. Let me know how y'all feel about that touch, you know what I mean? But let's get into the interior. So let's look at the interior of the shoe. So yeah, as you can see, on the back of the tongue, you have all blue. You have your manufacturing date, which actually says 10/16/24 to 12/21/24. And you do have rare air on the insole of the shoe. And then you do have your red swoosh, and of course you do have my sizing tag, and then you do have an all blue insole, of course. And do note that this is a Dream Cell insole, and you do have this all over black sock liner as well, yeah. So you have an all over black sock liner as well, you know. And I love this whole difference right here as far as the tongue with the blue not overlapping. Once again, they gave these that true to 1988 OG shape, of course, you know. But let's get into the midsole. So as you guys can see, on the top of the midsole, you get this two-tone color. So on the first half, you get blue. Then on the second half, you get black, which wraps around all the way. And then on the bottom half, you get this sail, which wraps around the entire bottom half of the midsole with your visible bubble air unit. And do note that this is a all over polyurethane midsole, of course, and the sail does correspond on this part of the shoe as well, for the most part, you know. So standard Air Jordan 3. Then as we get to the outsole, yeah, normally it would be your red with your red, but being that this is part of the Rare Air series, they decided to go different. So you get your rough, rugged stars on the front. You get all gray throughout the entire outsole. You get your blue Jordan right there. I know the men's pair does say Nike, but of course I'm grade school. You do have your sail on the middle portion of the outsole. Then on this portion right here on the forefoot, you get red. So once again, they decided to, kind of toy around with the outsole, with the different types of colors for the most part, y'all. But those are just the details that this particular shoe does incorporate. And before I do forget, y'all, these do come with a spare pair of sail laces right here. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to put the sail laces in these. I definitely would have to see how they actually look or how they turn out for the most part. But let me know if you have tried these with the sail laces and how do you like them with the sail laces. But with that being said, y'all, I'm going to get back in front of the camera and we're going to talk more about these. So, y'all, overall, how are y'all feeling about the Rare Air 3s? Now, honestly, I wanted to give y'all a better look at these because I know sometimes, I sit in front of the camera and I can give y'all a look at them, but I actually wanted to dive deep into the sneaker to actually show y'all the different types of, materials and the different types of, designs that they went with for this particular sneaker. Of course, like the two-tone midsole, the mirrored Nike Air on the back, the Rare Air series on the insole. It's different key components to this shoe that definitely make it a part of the Rare Air series. And in my opinion, this is why I say that the Air Jordan 3 Rare Airs was definitely the best when it came to them dropping the Rare Air series. Like, hands down, this is definitely the best one in my opinion, and that's the main reason that I went for these. Like, I love these a lot. What did you think of these when you first got a first look, or you actually got these in hand? Like, I like these a lot, y'all. I like these a lot. It's just something different, you know what I mean? And I do think that, if they continue this particular Rare Air series, I do think that they can dive deep into some other models, and probably give us something different that, we probably have never seen. Because remember, the Rare Air series, it was part of things that we never seen before. Certain models and prototypes that never made it into production. So, who knows if they'll continue on with this Rare Air series. But I mean, for the most part, I wouldn't be surprised if, they decide to go with like a Jordan 7 or a Jordan 8 for the most part. I think that it would be pretty dope to see. But you guys let me know your initial thoughts and opinions on what you think of that. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, y'all. Listen, man, I truly, truly do appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I'm trying to get out all of these reviews that I have sat on for a while, but I'm trying to get them out to y'all. So, y'all, pardon me for that. But also, if you want to see more sneaker reviews like this, y'all, I do have a ton of playlists full of sneaker reviews that you guys could go ahead and catch after this video. So feel free to do so. Also, hit that big subscribe button if you haven't. Come on over, join the Sneaker Life fam, y'all. We talk sneakers, reviews, anything sneaker related that you guys could think of. We talk about it here. It goes down. So, join the Sneaker Life fam, y'all. But with that being said, you got your boy J-Jus. You got my thoughts and opinions and review on the Air Jordan 3 Rare Air. Let me know how y'all feeling about them, man. This is definitely the best, in my opinion, like I said, out of the entire Rare Air series. But until next time, y'all, I love and appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, reach for the stars. Sky's the limit. And we out.